I was only making 3K at the time, and now we're hitting 20K months. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy what can happen when you really sit down, take action, and listen to somebody who's a couple steps ahead of you.
Where do you see your business going in the next 6 to 12 months? What revenue, goals do you expect to hit in the next 6 to 12 months?
So the revenue goals I would say would be around 40 to 60K months.
One thing we didn't talk about is you having an office. Isn't that crazy? Like you literally go from working in the office, your supervisors over your neck, micromanaging you, to not having your own office, operating your own business, man. What's going on, guys? This is another success story from the Academy. Like I said, I've been able to help a lot of people start, grow, and scale their own funding company as a business loan broker. And if you're somebody that's interested and ready to make a change, start making money online, start your funding company, grow your funding company, excel as a broker, I want you guys to click the link below to apply to see if we're able to work together and help you accomplish your dreams too. Last but not least, I'll see you guys later. Peace. What's going on, guys? Got another success story from the Academy. This time I brought back somebody that's been really crushing it, that completely changed his life, going from working in corporate America to becoming a full-time entrepreneur, to even the way he speaks and carries himself. Everything has completely changed about this person. But I'd rather him tell you than me sit here and explain it. So I want to bring up my guy, David, man. David, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Steph? How we doing?
Pretty good, man. Super excited to have you, man. I know that people really want to hear your story. Let's just go ahead and dive straight in, man. So tell the people a little bit more about your background and what you do.
Yeah, so my background was I was always um wanting to be in corporate America. That's just my parents always told me to do. As a Hispanic, you always told go to school and all that type of stuff. I did. Wasn't really what I wanted to do. Did corporate America for about 2 years or so. Found out about Stedman, learned about the whole business loan broker, and then I ended up kind of just doing this full time. I ended up leaving, making more than what I made in my job. I was only making 3K at the time, and now we're doing hitting 20K months. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy what can happen when you really sit down, take action, and listen to somebody who's a couple steps ahead of you, and it's just able to allow yourself to be guided.
100%, man. So I know everybody's story is a little bit different, but how long did it take you, I guess, to feel comfortable leaving your job? Even though I told you at first to stay, get the people a little timeline of how long it took you to kind of transition from working at 9 to 5 to becoming doing this full time. And then what was the pushing point, the pain point that allowed you to just transition over?
Yeah, so I think as many people kind of go through it, like myself, is lack of confidence, not knowing what you should be doing as a loan broker and everything. It really just comes down to, like I said again, taking action. I remember Stead was asking me, "Hey, have you approached any of these places yet that I was telling you should go to try to partner up with?" And I was like, "I haven't." And then he was like, "Man, you gotta take action. This place, go. Go around this time, this time." I was like, damn, this guy's really telling me exactly what to do. I should not like be having that. I should be able to approach that. I should be able to go to a place that's like a tax place and be like, hey, you want to partner up? And I started to realize that I sucked at talking. I didn't have the confidence. So what did I do? I just did it 1,000 times, and I got a little bit better at talking, got a little bit better at connecting with people, and it just led to just having a good amount of affiliates, and then just going from not making anything as a business loan broker to hitting 5, 10, and then 20K months. It took me, I would say, honestly, like completely zero skills to being good enough to close deals, maybe like 4, 6 months. And then to be really proficient, about a year, I would say. But I mean, it really just comes down to taking action, honestly.
100%. The quicker you take action, the more experience you get, the better you get at the job, man. So I know you mentioned that you went from making 3K a month, working in corporate America, to $20,000 doing this. I would say, but basically a solo broker without a team at that point. Now, obviously, you have a little
Yeah.
bit of a team now, but really, man, tell the people, like, what was it like on that other side, being an entrepreneur and not just being, I guess you can say, just working at a job 24/7. Like, how do you feel, or do you have more freedom? Like, kind of let the people know how that feels.
Yeah, so super cool. I was able to start a tequila business with it. It didn't end up leading to the super successful business everybody wants. We ended up selling it, but thankfully we got the opportunity with business funding. And I don't think people really realize that the fundamentals of learning about business credit and all that type of stuff, it really allows you to be able to start your own business, whether it be a restaurant or whatnot or anything else. And out there being in Mexico, I ended up finding the love of my life, and now I'm out here getting married in about a year or so. So it's like you can really become the person you want to become just by taking action and doing what you got to do.
100%, bro. And we got to slow that down, man, because it was a lot of major accomplishments that you said. So you mean to tell me that not only were you able to make money off offering funding as a service, as a business loan broker, running your own funding company, but you were also able to secure funding for yourself to start a tequila business? Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah. So we secured about 200K and majority 0% interest rates, a couple loans here and there. And with that, we were able to essentially completely start tequila business from scratch, and led to us to having that business for about a year or so. And then essentially we ended up selling it off after. But it was interesting. It was really a roller coaster, and it was super cool just to feel like, hey, I really started this because of the information that I know, right? This doesn't just apply to other people. If you have an idea, you can make that dream your reality. And that's what you're doing for other people as well. You're having their business actually become a reality. Most people, how long does it take them to say, well, 50K, 100K? It takes them a long time. And when the opportunity is right, you got to seize it.
100%. I always tell people you can always get more money from banks quicker than you can save it when it comes down to it, man. But that's a major accomplishment. Then you being able to, like I said, get your freedom back. Congratulations again on getting married as well. And just finding the love of your life, man. So, would you say that business like changed your life, or is it something that you wouldn't recommend other people to get into?
Yeah, I would say it's probably the best business model because essentially you can really make money off anything, right? And it's just that's the truth. But it's about the fundamentals too as well. It's not just about you as well as giving it to other people, is by you being able to apply it yourself. And I think it's super important for whatever business. At the end of the day, a business, if you do bad, you need money. If you do good, you need money to scale. So it's like you're always going to need money. So why not have this fundamentals integrated in your brain so you know how to always be successful?
I agree, man. I agree, bro. So based on the results you had so far, man, coming from making 3K in corporate America to consistently making $20,000 now, man. One thing we didn't talk about is you now you having an office. Isn't that crazy? Like you literally go from working in the office, your supervisors over your neck, micromanaging you, to not having your own office, operating your own business, man. How is that? You know what I'm saying? How is that? Speak to that.
Yeah, it's a little bit interesting just having to walk into somebody else's office and to walking into your own. It's funny, and again, it came down to using business credit. So we wanted to remodel the whole office, and ended up coming, I think, cost like $13,000 to remodel, and
Mhm.
we used business credit. We used business credit to remodel it, and then figure it out later, right? And we did. So
100%. That's amazing, man. So, a couple last questions before I get you up out of here. I would say, based on your results so far, right, going from 3K working a job to $20,000 consistently now, where do you see your business going in the next 6 to 12 months? What revenue goals do you expect to hit in the next 6 to 12 months?
So the revenue goals I would say would be around 40 to 60K months. I'm going to be focusing on what I do best, which is essentially going out there and doing events in person. Is essentially what I'm doing is kind of in-person webinars. And it's been the easiest for me because I focus on the Hispanic community. And since I can speak Spanish and I do so pretty proficiently, I'm able to go ahead and push forward and get every single meeting I tend to have or like event. I get at least 1 to 3 clients. And, everybody knows when it comes to that, the commissions are pretty high, anywhere from five to even $15,000. So I focus on in-person events, and so I can see myself doing that 40 to 60 months for sure.
I see it as well, man. I see it as well, and it's just doing more what works. And when you came down here to Vegas, we talked about that, right? When we mastermind, it's like doubling down on what's working for you. In person events are working for you. How can we do more of that? How can we fill the room up with more people that are likely to take your offer? So that's amazing, man. For the people that that may be at the first step of learning about funding and it may be new to them, I want to ask you an honest thing, man. Were you surprised, at the results of, what we've been able to do for you? And did you have any misconceptions before starting? Like when you first met me, I guess what was in your mind? How did you think about this thing? And were you surprised at the results that you actually got, working with us?
What I think is I tend to, like you said, dumb down things and not think about it too much. when you first start, you don't know if anything's going to really work. But at the end of the day, you have to put in the work to be able to really realize, is this actually going to work for me or not? It's like if you're in a relationship, you have to 100% put in the work. If not, it's not going to work out. If you're just working every other day or maybe doing a couple calls for clients, you're not gonna close. You're not gonna be able to get your deals, and then you're gonna blame it on everything but you. So what I'm trying to say is, if you don't put in the work, which I was able to, because I listened to Stead and I said, I'm just gonna say what he says. I'm not making money right now, but I will because he's doing it. So why can't I? Right? Stead's a regular dude who just puts in the work. And so I said I could just do the same. And ended it leading to results. And it really was as simple as just stick with it, put in the work, and that's it. Like it was just put in the work.
Literally. And I tell people all the time, it's just getting past that uncomfortable feeling. Like once you get
Yeah.
past it, doesn't matter. You get a couple no's. Once you get those no's out the way, it just starts rolling off. Because what we do is we sell money, man. People need it. It's a resource that's always going to be in demand. So you're going to find people that can always use that resource, man. And then two final questions I got for you before we wrap this thing up. This second to last question: if
Yeah.
someone is on the fence about working with us, what would you tell them? So if somebody is 50-50, I don't know if I should work with Stead. I don't know if this would be a good idea. I don't know if I want to do it. What would you tell them? They're on the fence, right?
If you want to make money, join Stead. If you don't want to make money, don't join Stead. Like if you don't want to put in the work, don't join Stead. If you want to put in the work, join with Stead. It really comes down to, do you want to make a change? If you do, come join us. If not, let's just stay on the sidelines, honestly, because you're gonna end up wasting money on something that you don't want to prioritize. So if you're not prioritizing it, focus on whatever you're prioritizing. You're prioritizing your health, prioritizing other things. Work on that. And when you have the time to say, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the work here, then come up and join, because I 100% assure you, you'll be making 2 to 5x the amount of money you're making or whatever you're making right now.
100%. And it's really just comes down to them wanting to change, just like you. You know what I'm saying? You were working a job that you did not like, right? A job
Yeah.
that you did not like, right? And that's why you left so quickly. And once you found an avenue that can give you more time back, make way more money, it was like it's a no brainer. I'm gonna leave. So last question, man, before we wrap this up. Any final thoughts that you would like to share with the viewers? If you could speak back to somebody that may be 2 steps below you, that may be a younger version of David, that may have not seen or accomplished the things David has, but you see a lot of them in you. What are some final thoughts you want to leave with the viewers and the people below you?
Yeah, so I'll do this one like if I was talking to my little brother. He actually helps me out with taking some calls and all that out here in the office. So what I would say to somebody like that is, they don't realize how impactful making money can be for you. If it's in the money of somebody who's hardworking, who wants to grow, wants to do things for themselves and build generational wealth, it really comes down to just keeping your head down, being humble to be able to listen to people who are ahead of you. Because I think that's what happens a lot. And I see that a lot sometimes in your coaching calls, is that realistically, everything's in the modules. Everybody could just look there and everybody could just watch them, but nobody really does. Everyone's always just asking questions that they could really be answered if you watch them. If you just listen to what's being told to you from people who are ahead of you, you will 100% make money. And I want that to be like reiterated, because when I first joined Stead, it was really uncomfortable. I was being put in places that I didn't know I could really try, but I did it because I hated where I was. I hated the type of person I was at my corporate job. I hated everything that kind of was what I was doing. And when I ended up changing and doing all that stuff, it made me realize that I'm in a better place by doing something where I'm actually helping people and giving a purpose to them.
100%, man, and that's the way we're gonna wrap it up, man. That connected with me because I come from a similar background, man, just in corporate America myself. But man, I appreciate your time, guys. Hopefully, you guys got a lot of information, a lot of value from my guy David. He's just one of the people that we've been helping, and I wanted to get him on the call to inspire others because that's what we're here for. Once we go through those things, it's our duty to inspire others to do the exact same thing, man. So, final words, I would say that David's been great. I've been good. I'll see you guys later. Peace.